Okay, so today's work is a bit more challenging. So we're continuing with quadratic sequences. So find the nth term of this sequence. So they want basically to find the formula, the Tn formula for this sequence. Well, let's check what type of sequence it is. 3 to 10 goes up by 7. 10 to 21 goes up by 11. 21 to 36 goes up by 15. So the first differences are not the same, so it's not arithmetic. 7 to 11 goes up by 4. 11 to 15 goes up by 4. So the second difference is the same, so it is quadratic. Now, they want the Tn formula. We know because it's quadratic, it must look like this. an squared plus bn plus c. And our job will be to find out what a, b, and c are. The n's will stay as n's. We know from yesterday that the second difference would be 2 times a. So in this case, 2 times a is equal to 4. So a is equal to 2. Sorry, well, just be clear with that. A is equal to 4 divided by 2. A is equal to 2. So our formula now looks like 2n squared plus bn plus c. Now we're going to work with that to find out what b and c are. So I've got part of a Tn formula. I know that the first term, T1, is 3. So let's try that. I know T1 is 3. So I know that if I do T1, I get 2 times 1 to be squared plus b times 1 plus c. And that must be equal to the first term, 3. So I'll tidy that up. So that's 2 times 1 squared is 2, plus b times 1 is b, plus c equals 3. And lastly, I'll bring my 2 over, so b plus c is equal to 3 minus 2. So b plus c is equal to 1. Now I'm going to do that one more time using the next value, t2. So I know that T2 is going to be equal to 10. So let's use my Tn formula. T2 is equal to 2 times 2 to be squared, plus b times 2 plus c, and that must be equal to the second term, 10. 2 squared is 4, and multiplied by 2 is 8. b times 2 is 2b, plus c equals 10. I'll bring the 8 over, so 2b plus c is equal to 10 minus 8. So 2b plus c is equal to 2. Now, I've got two equations with b's and c's. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use simultaneous equations to get rid of them. So I'm going to take those equations up here. So b plus c equals 1, 2b plus c equals 2. So remember, for simultaneous equations, we look at the numbers that are here. 1 is here. We multiply the top line by the purple number here, by 2, and the bottom line by this purple number, by 1. And we end up with two new equations. So I end up with 2b plus 2c equals 2, and 2b plus c equals 2. Now I want a positive 2b in the bottom, but I want a positive 2b in the top, but a negative 2b in the bottom. But if I change the sign of that 2b, I have to change all the signs. And then I subtract. 2b take 2b is 0. 2c take 1c is 1c. And 2 take 2 is 0. So I know that c is equal to 0. I now need to go find b. Well, up here, very first equation, b plus c is equal to 1. But I know c is 0, so b plus 0 is equal to 1. So b is equal to 1. So I now have c and b. So because I know c and b, I can finish off my formula. Tn is equal to, so I already knew a, I found that out earlier, 2n squared. I just found out that b is equal to 1, so it's plus 1n, and c is equal to 0, so I don't need to put that in. So my Tn formula is 2n squared plus n.